move the brain, and then I'll point with like this thing.
Okay, we'll start off with this one then, because we know
start with the big one.
Yeah.
It's a little ball sack right here. That's your pituitary, right?
No, that was the optic nerve.
That's your optic nerve.
Yeah, your optic nerve.
So it does your vision and stuff, right?
Yes.
All right. So your little ball sack right here controls your vision, and then show them the midbrain. Not the midbrain. Yeah, the midbrain. The pons, the brainstem.
We'll go to this one.
That one's better. Okay. So this is the medulla oblongata. It does your heart rate. So the brainstem, the furthest away, the tail, is your heart rate. This is the pons, this little lump right here. And the pons is respiratory, right? Pons controls your breathing. And then up here is your midbrain. This area. And the midbrain is your reflexes, like.
Oh, midbrain's right here by the tree.
Midbrain's by the tree?
It's right about here.
Okay. This right here is the cerebellum, and this is your coordination, hopping on one foot. You move your cerebellum away, and you got your little butt. There, just try to.
I got
one. Show the butt. Yeah. There's your butt. It's called the quadgeminal. It's called the C something quadgeminal, but just know the top part of your butt controls your eye. The bottom part of the butt controls the hearing. It's eyes. The top part of the butt controls the eyes.
And so that little thing right over here.
And this little thing right here
penile.
is the penile, right? Is it the penile? Yeah, this is the penile gland.
Penile gland.
Now, what does the penile gland do?
We do not have that. We don't have that definition.
It secretes penile.
We'll go with that.
This whole area, this big ugly white area, is your limbic system. And limbics is your emotions. So when Phineas Gage got a little rod shot through his brain, it took out some of his limbic system, and he was no longer a happy guy. He was an angry guy. True story. This area right here, this is your corpus callosum, and it connects to your left brain and right brain. It's just communication. This little dot, where's the little dot? Can you see the dot for the thalamus? It's really hard to find on a real brain, right?
Yeah, so he said it's like around.
So I think this is the dot, right?
Yeah.
You can barely see it, but there's a little dot right here. This is the thalamus. So when information goes up into your brain, it needs to know where to go, and the thalamus sends it to whatever part of the brain it needs to be sent to. It's the relay station. Below it is your hypothalamus. No, your hypothalamus is about here, right? I think it's about here. And then that will control thirst, hunger, sex, drive, what you want, or your hormones, things you want, food, hunger. I think this is the epithalamus, right? And that secretes melatonin, which puts sleep.
Helps with sleep.
Which makes you sleep. The frontal lobe right here is personality. It's who you are. Are you a happy guy? Are you an angry guy? Are you a sad guy?
That would be your prefrontal cortex.
Prefrontal cortex.
Yeah.
Right? And then your premotor cortex should be right about here, right next to it. And that's thinking about what you're going to do. You're like, should I punch this guy in the face? So this is where the thought occurs. And then right below it, I think, is the primary motor cortex. And that's execution. Yeah, you actually punching the guy in the face. Then your parietal lobe is this whole lobe right here. And that is touch, right? Sensory touch.
So.
Then your limbic system, again, is your emotions.
It includes the thalamus, hypothalamus, and epithalamus.
So thalamus, again, that dot. Hypothalamus, hypo is below. So around here. Thirst and epithalamus, sleep, secretes melatonin for sleep. What else do you want to talk about?
Do you get the midbrain?
Yeah, the midbrain was the spinal cord.
Okay.
The pons, the medulla oblongata, and the spinal cord.
Cerebellum's
a tree.
Yep.
Again, the name I can't pronounce is the AO something.
Arbor vitae.
Arbor vitae means tree of life. And then your butt, the guy taking the shit on the tree.
Oh, that one splashed a little bit.
That's fine. We can get brain matter on the phone. It's fine. And then top is eye tracking. So track something with your eyes when you're hunting or seeing in the dark. You see like a cat when you're driving, run across the street. And then the bottom is tracking auditory. So you hear something, you can kind of coordinate where that sound came from. And then you go investigate in a horror movie and you die. Let's can you grab the meninges? So everyone talks about meningitis, but it's really like no one can really explain it well, and this is why. So this is your meninges. It's the outer layer that protects the brain. And when you have meningitis, I just mean inflammation. It swells up and it squishes your brain. And it kills you. Yeah, it does that. And then there are 3 layers to the meninges, right? There is the dura first.
Dura
is the first layer, and then the second layer would be your arachnoid layer, because it makes kind of like a spider's web, so it's arachnoid. And then the third layer is the subarachnoid, because it's right below the spider's web. And then finally there's the pia. So you have 4 layers to your meninges. It's dura, arachnoid, subarachnoid, pia. All right, what else do we want to say about the meninges?
Spinal fluid flows through the subarachnoid.
What is this? He said it was something. But we're still learning, so we're uncertain what this is now.
Your phallic cerebri. This would be separating left from right hemisphere.
What's it called? The phallic cerebri?
Cerebri.
Okay, phallic cerebri.
And then the cerebelli.
Okay, I think it's on. Oh yeah, it's right here.
Yeah.
This is more like your. I feel like this is more your occipital nerve or occipital area of the brain. Am I wrong?
It would be.
This is parietal.
Occipital. Your occipital part of the brain.
So, and then let's see if we can grab this scapula right here. And this is a good example of the meninges protecting the brain. And a little puncture. Let's see if I can kind of pull that back.
Get really under it.
Get under here, and that's vulnerable brain. So the outside, good brain, like a helmet kind of, but not as good. So still wear your helmets, and then inside's your actual brain. And then these funky looking things connected front. These are like your nose bones, right? So
your nasal bones.
Nasal bone.
Or your pathways.
He called them something weird, but it's layman's terms. It's a nose bone. It goes up, connects kind of into your brain.
Foregoing regions and landmarks, nasal.
Nasal, gotcha. Is there anything else we want to talk about?
I think we should be good.
Cool. And this.
Your intervertebral foramen.
Intervertebral foramen. That's the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hole that. This is your spinal cord. It goes all the way down, and here's your intervertebral foramen. It's the hole. Right? And then this is your brain on drugs. Okay. I don't want to really mess up this guy's brain. Thank you for tuning in to Alika's and Devin's brain
experiment dissection.
That's using your
lesson.
noggin.
Whatever you want to call it.
How's that smell? Can you I can't even describe it.
Reminds me of 7th grade science class.
Oh yeah,
and biology sophomore year.
I guess if I had to explain the smell of brain matter, just garbage.
Now, this is what it was like. This is what everything
kind
would,
of like a sour.
It's soaked in
the preservatives,
in
right?
The preservatives. So this is what everything would smell like before you dissect it.
Okay.
So like, it'd be your frog, your chicken, the heart, cow's eyes, whatever you dissect. It's just gonna smell the same way.
I can't wait to dissect eyes.